Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Miritamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gorachandraya Radhikaya Tadaraye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. We're reading from the Vedanta Sutra, chapter 4, last chapter, and this is the first part of the last chapter, starting with Sutra 12. Aprayanat tatrapi drishtam. This is the sutra saying worship of the Lord, upasana, should be done until liberation and even after liberation, because this is what scriptures are saying. So, in other words, the means, sadhana, is the same as the goal, sadhya. In Vedanta Sutra, reference is often made through the Upanishad with the agni-hotra as a practice, daily practice. Agni-hotra, when it is performed 3 times a day at each juncture of the day, in the morning, before sunrise, at noon, and before sunset. With Brahma Gayatri, this purifies one's existence. The fire is the earthly manifestation of the sun, and the sun shines within the heart of the Brahmana who worship the fire. It is the light of Brahman. The sun is the light of Brahman, and the fire on earth is the manifestation of the sun. Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Then with this recitation dedicated to the sun, according to Smarta Brahmana, this dedication to the sun, one goes all the way to the 3 worlds, and one cross over through the sun to go to beyond, the world beyond. And one realizes one's Atma. This is Atma Jnana. This meditation should culminate in Atma Jnana. One should do this throughout one's lifetime. It is said in the Chandogya Upanishad that the last verses of the Chandogya Upanishad say the Grihastha who perform agni-hotra every day in this manner will become liberated and will never return to this material world. This is the common understanding. To the Vaishnava, they have replaced the agni-hotra with the puja. Actually, it's the difficulty in accomplishing fire sacrifice as it was in previous ages. So deity worship is enjoined for the Grihastha devotees. He's worshipping a family deity such as Radha Krishna deity or the Sharagram Shila or Govardhan Shila, and he treats this deity like a respectable guest by offering asana, a seat, by offering foot bath, padya, by offering exotic drink, argya, by offering water to wash the mouth, ashmaniya, and so on. And offers different artics 3 times a day with incense and lamp and chamara and so on. This is the daily ritual of the Grihastha Vaishnav. He also observes Ekadashi, the Kartik Vrata, the Chaturmasya, the special day like Janmastami, Gaur Purnima, of course, Narishinga, Chaturdashi, throughout life. Throughout life. And even after, the seva goes on. Those who follow Raganuga-bhakti, according to Baladev Vidyabhushana and all the Acharya and Gaudiya Vedanta, those who follow Raganuga-bhakti will meditate on their physical body, will meditate in their physical body on their spiritual form. Srila Rupa Goswami, he's saying in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Seva sadaka rupena Siddha rupena shatrahi tad bhava lipsuno karya brajaloka nusarataha. He in his seva sadak, in his sadak rupa form, he's performing seva. He has the body of a man or a woman in his sadak form, performing Vedic Bhakti, and siddha-rupena. Siddha-rupa is perfect form, is siddha-deha within. He's meditating on his spiritual form, and at the same time associating in his mind with Brajbasi who are in the same mood as he is. Braja Loka Nusarata. One devotee may worship the deity. On the outside you see someone offering incense, lamp, chamara and so on, and he's counting. 3 at the feet and 2 at the face and 7 times around, and he's absorbed in his Vedic Bhakti. He has to do this because he was told to do this by his Gurudev. And the other person, another devotee, is doing the same thing. On the external aspect, he's offering incense and chamara and lamp and so on and so forth. But he's in his meditating, in his siddha rupa, in his spiritual body. He's offering items to the deity of Radha Krishna. So this is called raganuga-bhakti. And Narottam Das Thakur in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika, he's saying, one who worship Radha Krishna internally, whatever he contemplates, whatever siddha-deha he contemplates during his sadhana on earth, that he will become in the spiritual world. This is called Ragamarga. Of course, he's not meditating on something whimsical. He's meditating on the siddha-deha that his Gurudev has revealed. So for those who are not accustomed to this, I am telling that the Guru doesn't reveal one siddha-deha, one siddha-swarup to anyone. He reveals to very advanced devotees once he has this spurti, this vision of himself as a spiritual entity. And then he will reveal, because the Guru is also self-realized. He's also absorbed in his meditation of the seva he's rendering towards Radha Krishna. On the outside he's performing seva, and it looks like it's just ordinary seva, and within he's observing this seva. So many stories in Vaishnava literature to illustrate this, but we have no time because we have to go on. Next sutra is saying, Tad adigama uttara purvagayor ashesha vimsasho tad vyapadeshat. This is Sutra 12, or the first part of chapter 4. On attaining perfection, which is either Brahman or Paramatma, or Vishnu or Krishna, Seva, the karmas done in the present life has no effect, and previous karmas are destroyed. So, what we call the Vasana, deep mental impression in the mind, which are born of avidya. What is avidya? Is metaphysical ignorance. It is not ignorance of knowing how water is formed by molecule. No, it is ignorance of not knowing who I am. So it is called metaphysical ignorance, avidya. Then this avidya gives rise to mental impression, vasana. And this vasana, they push you to perform sinful activities, papam. As a result of sinful activities, you have 2 kinds of result. One is called prarabdha-karma, unmanifested reaction. And the other one is called prarabdha-karma, which manifest. Whatever we, the karma that is stored within us, that is not manifested yet, will manifest later on, either in this life or next life. Whatever we experience in this life, such as having such a body, and the mind, and the environment, and the different disease, and the different things that happen to us in this life, this is called prarabdha-karma. Mature reaction, we are suffering now. The body, the character, the destiny, this is prarabdha-karma. So, it is said that all of the previous karmas, sinful inclination, are destroyed, but not the prarabdha-karma. Prarabdha-karma remain even when you practice sadhana. It is said in the Chandogya Upanishad, there is delay for liberation only as long as one has not given up the body, because prarabdha-karma means this body, for example, and everything that is associated with this body. And so I have to suffer, I have to burn up my bad karma before entering pure bhakti. I have to experience all this good and bad reaction of mature sinful reaction. Bhakti destroys all kinds of karma, except prarabdha-karma for beginners. For one who is very advanced, even prarabdha-karma is also burned up, but not for beginners. And so for beginners, this verse is very important, which says, Tatte nukampam susamikshmano bhujanae vatma kritam vipakam ridvag vapubir vidadam namaste jiveta yo mukti pada sadhaya. It is Brahma speaking this verse. Tate anukampam, your mercy. I am seeking your mercy. Susamikshmano, I am eagerly awaiting this mercy because I have to suffer. Atma kritam, my bad karma. But I tolerate all this knowing that you have minimized the reaction. For a devotee, for example, if he was to have a big car accident, that maybe he will just hit his head somewhere and has a bruise, but he will not be severely injured because the karma has been reduced, but it is still there. So I tolerate. Ridvag vapu. I, with my heart, my mind, my words, my body, I keep on serving the Lord, knowing that I have to enjoy my good karma and suffer from bad karma. And if I behave in such a way, then mukti pada sadhaya. This mukti will become the share of the devotee who thinks in this way. Mukti means mukunda. Mukti dadati mukunda. Mukunda means one who gives mukti. Mukti is the taste before one experiences pure bhakti. One who has pure bhakti is already liberated. This is what it says in Sutra 18. Yadeva vidya yeti hi. Whatever one does with knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is saying if you act in knowledge, then everything is burned up. Jnana agni sarva karmani, all your karma is burned by jnana agni, the fire of knowledge, this knowledge of Brahman. And to one who is actually self-realized, he has no prarabdha karma. Shukadeva Goswami had no prarabdha karma. And Jad Bharat had no prarabdha karma. Actually, all of our Guru Varga, the Guru, the self-realized soul, he has no prarabdha karma. It may seem like he has a physical body and sometimes he's sick and sometimes he's getting old, but this is called Naralila. He's actually have taken the body because without a body, we would not be able to relate to the Guru, but he has no suffering. And last sutra of this chapter, Bhogena tvitare kshapayitva sampadyate. The prarabdha karma is destroyed by enjoyment and by suffering. And then later one attain liberation, mukti. So prarabdha karma is not destroyed at once. Prabhupada gives that example of a fan. The fan is turning, and if you take out the plug, then it will still go on turning before stopping completely. But actually it is not alimented anymore, so it will turn slower, like this. So same way, when you begin bhakti, all of the bad karma, unmanifested karma, prarabdha karma is destroyed completely. Whatever you have stored in your mind is completely destroyed, and whatever you should suffer in the future is completely destroyed. And sometimes also even what you do wrong during even your sadhana is destroyed by the power of the sadhana, but you still have to suffer prarabdha karma. toothaches and headaches and disease and accidents and misfortune, and sometimes enjoyment also, money coming and fame, and sometimes only in dreams, like it was said before. You burn up your karma in dreams. You have bad dreams, this is burning your bad karmas. You have good dreams, you burning your good karma. So this is the one of the fruit, because this chapter is called Mukti, Mukti Adhyaya, and so one of the fruit of doing sadhana is that you becoming free from anxiety, miseries, and the like. So I have maybe a few minutes. I'm going to tell you this story of someone who is absorbed in his siddha-deha, a devotee, Srinivas Acharya. He was absorbed in meditation, and nobody could wake him up. He seems like he was completely gone, and this disciple didn't know if he was alive or if he was dead. And then one of his dear friend, he said, "No, don't worry, I know where he is." So he sat next to him in meditation, and he absorbed himself in his siddha-deha, and he found his friend, Srinivasa Acharya, in his little gopi form. He was helping Srimati Radhika to find her nose ring. She has lost her nose ring somehow, and everybody was looking for it. And so he saw Srinivasa Acharya in his siddha-deha form as a gopi, and he was also himself in a siddha-deha form, and both of them, they were looking for this nose ring. Finally they found it, and they gave it to Lalita, who gave it to Srimati Radhika. And once she got her nose ring back, then both of them came back in their physical body. So meditation, raganuga meditation, means that you are so totally absorbed in your siddha-deha. And this is called also jivan mukta. You are liberated while alive. Srimad Bhagavatam is telling, a jivan mukta, he's like a drunkard man. He doesn't know whether it is with clothes or without clothes, whether he's in the street or inside. He's completely intoxicated. So even the liberated soul may live in the body, he's actually not bound by the body. That is the big difference. It's called nirapeksha devotee, not an ordinary devotee, Shuddha Bhakta. And this is the type of devotee we should look for, associating with, serving those Shuddha Bhakta, becoming their disciples, either taking Diksha mantra from them or Shiksha instruction from them, because those devotees who have seen the truth, the Tattva Darshina, they can give you the absolute. And we want that in order to get the highest goal of life, which is prema bhakti. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpa tarubhyacha kripasindu bhyaivacha patitaram pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.